Only two things are required to keep me happy: keep my belly full and my balls empty.
This is nothing more than a childish display by a man who obviously doesn't feel good enough to marry the beautiful woman standing next to him. So this wasn't a beautiful union between two people. It was a chance for him to try and prove ownership over her instead. We know that the most insecure men try to prove themselves through things like money, cars, and women. So for this guy, his wedding seemed like the perfect opportunity to try to prove himself through her. And it's funny, because only the weakest men think that mistreating women makes them look tough. So he didn't want to talk about her like a person he loves. He wanted to talk about her like a sexual object he uses. And if you notice, he grew more and more pleased with himself the longer he went uninterrupted, because he thought it made him appear to be the one in control. She used her wedding vows to talk about loving him, and he talked about her like she was nothing more than a servant meant to tend to his sexual needs. And it's so ironic, because men talk about wanting women who haven't sexualized themselves as partners, but they're quick to sexualize them themselves if it's for the benefit of their own ego. I'm sure he would claim to be a protector, fast, and yet he disrespected her in front of her friends and family on a day that should be one of the happiest days of her life. And he did so because a woman making a commitment to him made him feel like more the man he knows he isn't. So even though she showed up that day to marry him, he showed up that day to put on a display for other people. And that doesn't exactly sound like a confident man to me.